Hey guys, Jen Rapinion here again, and doing another video with something totally different this time. And it's interesting because I had a friend of mine talk to me a few nights ago and ask for some relationship advice. And when we were done talking, she said, Jen, really, I think you should try to work some of this into what you do online or whatever your business is, because you're good at giving relationship advice, and maybe do some sort of like relationship love intimacy coaching. And I thought, at first my reaction was like, what? Like me? What? Do you know what I had to go through in order to get where I am today? Do you know? And she said, Jen, exactly, because you've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, you've been through a lot of stuff and you've learned so much, and now you come from such a great place where you can help other people. And I thought, you know what, that is kind of cool, and I am a bit fired up about that, because when I say living the life being Forty-Licious and Fierce, and thank you all who have been telling me that you love that concept, it's really about, grabbing onto life and feeling it, and just really setting your whole life on fire. Like, and I mean, your relationships and your work and your family and your health and everything, and just really, it's never too late in life to start. And some of us are lucky to be able to do that way back when in your teens and 20s, and you just grab life by the balls and run with it, okay? But some of us are not, that we really kind of lost ourselves somewhere. So this is the Forty-Licious and Fierce project, is that you're really just grabbing and really getting the best out of life that you can, and loving every minute of it. Doesn't mean you're not going to have tough times or hard stuff happen. That's part of life. But for the most part, that you're living in your truth and you're being who you are unapologetically. First, you have to figure out who that is, right? If you don't know. So if you don't know, talk to me, Facebook me, successwithjendavis.com, on my newsletter. But this is something different. Back to the relationship. So I thought this kind of fires me up, because like I said, part of living that fierce life is having just really fulfilling and fiery and beautiful relationships that nourish you. So I actually saw someone on Facebook who I'm friends with post on her wall. She said that she had asked her husband, they were in bed, and she asked him to hold her, and he said he just wanted to stay still, or just wanted to lie down still, didn't want to move. And her thought was, or her question was, do I tell him that, hey, you don't deserve a woman if you don't want to hold her? And first of all, I want to say, I'm so sorry that you are in pain and not having a need met, because really that's what it's about, is you have a need that you want to have met in your relationship, and it's not being met right now. And it seems like it probably feels to you like you're being rejected. Now, we both know that, men and women come from two totally different places and logic and really ways of thinking, and on different wavelengths even at times. So I'm not going to speak for him. I don't know either of you, but I'm not going to really speak for him, because really we can only do two things. Is we can control ourselves and our reactions to things and people in our lives. We can't control other people. So in that situation, when something like that happens and it hurts and you're needing something, this statement I'm going to say is, the truth shall set you free. And I say this, always speak your truth, but be sure to do it in a way that is loving and respectful and clear, right? Because think about how you would want to be spoken to. Do a little golden rule here. So if you came up to somebody and said, you were upset because they didn't do something that you were hoping they would do, and you said, you don't deserve me because you're not, you don't deserve to be with me, because what kind of person doesn't hold their spouse? I mean, now would you think, if that was said to you, would that be something you would listen to? Probably not, because most of the time people aren't. I don't care if you're speaking to a spouse, a boss, a coworker, a family, or a friend. A lot of times when you're coming at them saying something like that, in sort of an accusing way, people are just going to turn off. The defenses are going to go up. They're going to turn off, mute button, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to listen to you anymore. When the truth of the matter is that you have a need that you need to be met. And how can you communicate in that in a way so that other people will hear you and understand? And that usually means using I statements and really using feeling words, really, and being honest about what you need in relationships. And don't think that, oh, guys don't like to communicate and they don't like to talk. I don't think that's true. I think guys, as much as women, want to have happy and fulfilling and passionate relationships that they enjoy. Yes, everybody knows, you got your ups and downs. But they want to be communicated to in a respectful way, and they want to treat you that way, I think, ultimately deep down. So I think he would appreciate knowing how you felt. Okay, so let's assume that. Let's assume that he just doesn't really understand what you're needing. And so speak to him, and I don't know the people involved, and I don't know the situation. I'm just going to make this up and just say, always speak your truth in a way that communicates what you need in the relationship. So you might want to say something like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I was really hoping to just say something that's on my mind, and I'd love if you could just hear me out, and I'd love to know your thoughts too. And say that, when you told me that you didn't want to hold me, my feelings were a little hurt. And, and here's the thing, I love you. You're my husband. I love you. And part of that is I absolutely love when you hold me. I love when you're close to me. I love when you're touching me, the way it feels. It just feels like we're so connected. And that's just part of what I love to do with you. And it kind of turns me on. And I think you're hot. And, it's kind of cool when you're hugging me and holding me. And when we're in bed cuddling, and it feels really good. And I just love to feel that touch and that connection with you because I love you. That's how I feel. So, and if you want to just kind of hang out there, you don't want to move, and that's cool right now. But I want to make sure that that's, if that's really what it is, and that's cool, I respect that. But I want to make sure there's nothing else that's the issue, nothing else going on. And can we do this later? Is there a time when we can be in bed and cuddle? Because I love to do that. And if I have to be naked, I can arrange that too, right? Make it kind of fun too. Make it, put a little humor in there. So you're not threatening somebody. You're not coming at them. Do you see how that sounds? You're really just speaking your truth and saying what you need. I need to have that physical connection. I need to express my love for you by being wrapped up in your arms, and it feels so good, and I love you. And when you do that, it makes me feel happy and cozy and good. If someone said that to you, wouldn't you want to respond to them and just be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Just right now I felt like I just wanted to just lie here for a minute. I was so tired, but totally, we can totally do that later. Or they might even pull you in right then and there. I love you too. Please, don't feel it was nothing personal against you. But say what needs to be said. Say what you need to say, but do it in a way that just respects and honors the other person. And I always say, if you're going to be in a relationship, since we can't control the other person, you want to be the partner that you want to have. You be that person. You raise your vibration. In my business, one of my mentors, Susan Sly, she has us think about our own business and say, would you hire you? Fire yourself every day. And would you hire you? Look at what you're doing and evaluate yourself right there. Are you someone that you'd want to hire? And if not, fire yourself and get with the program. And think about that for relationships. Are you someone that you might want to marry? Divorce yourself every day. And are you or break up with yourself every day? And are you someone that you'd want to be in a relationship with? And I'm not saying you give up your power by trying to please another person and being someone you're not to fit their view of their perfect partner. Because you may not be... in the end, that might not be a good fit. And I'm not talking about husband and wife and marriages. I mean, if someone's not responding to you and you're speaking your truth and you're really being honest with them in a respectful way, and you're being the partner, within yourself, you're being the partner that you'd like to have, and they're not responding, then you might want to consider seeking out, a neutral third-party counselor to help you out. Maybe that person has a lot of trouble communicating what they feel. Maybe they have some blockages. You don't know what it is. But in the meantime, all we can do is work on ourselves and work on raising our vibration and really just radiating that love. And what we put out comes back to us. I have another mentor in business that says, what you give away, you get to keep. So if you give away that love, you get to keep that. So I would start there. That's my advice for today. I hope that helped. Have that conversation. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you feel. And if you agree, disagree, if you have any other questions when it comes to relationships, let me know. This is something that I'm thinking about, kind of like just tossing around the idea. But I don't know what you need. I don't know what people out there want to know. Don't know what your problems are. Don't know what you want to hear. Whether you send me a private message and you want me to answer it in a video anonymously, or you want to ask right on Facebook, feel free, and I'm happy to answer them. SuccessWithJenDavis.com. That's my newsletter, and I'll see you guys soon.